dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the hills we go, laughing all the way. Ha, ha, ha. Dozen pumpkin green. Whatever the rest of that song is. Anyway, hey, Brainstorm here. Jolly old Fluffy. You may call me fat today because I've eaten a lot of too much good stuff like this wonderful pound cake here. Didn't finish it off yet, guys. Anyway, having some jolly festivities. You know, I realize it's Christmas Eve and many of you are sitting at home or your loved ones around a virtual campfire or fireplace or a real fireplace or watching Christmas movies like I was with my family earlier and having a good time. We're having a snowball fight with all the Christmas wrapping paper. We have a good old time here. A little bit under the weather, but that's okay. Some of us a little bit under the weather anyway. But we won't be stuck at home, but we're going to have a good time anyway. I can dress up like some over-commercialized jolly old elf and try to bring you some festive cheer. Yeah, I have to underline that I believe the reason for the season is to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. That's what first and foremost. And tonight I plan to read to you a couple of stories. A Visit from St. Nicholas or Night Before Christmas is one of them I want to read. I want to read The Gift of the Magi. That's a great short story as well. Tearjerker, one of the other famous by O. Henry stories there is of Christmas out there. One of my favorites anyway. And my most favorite and the most well-known real Christmas story found in Luke chapter 2, which is the story of the birth of Jesus. Now, no, can we pinpoint Jesus' birth and exact date, exact time of the year? Probably not. I'll leave that up to scholars to debate. I'm not worried about that. But I can celebrate the coming of my Savior. And I hope you'll celebrate it with me in whatever festive way you would want to. So if you're stuck at home, you got nothing else to do, and you want to pull me up on the TV and entertain yourself, that's fine too. You want to join in, I've included a link to the StreamYard link in the comments. So click on that, follow the instructions, and you can join me face to face. I'll be glad to ping you right on in, and you can join me in the festivities here. And hey, Dixie Cuddles, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate that. If no one else joins me, that's fine. If you can't stay all for a while, that's fine too. You know, I'm just here to have a good time. Enjoy the Christmas season. The Nutcracker, he's here with me. Yeah, he's going to have a good time with me. Oh, he looks fine and spiffy. I love things like this. I love we might get a little bit carried away with the Christmas decorations and the over-commercialization of Christmas, and the spirit tends to be one of commercialism and the bottom dollar, so to speak. But it is about a time of giving and giving. It's about a time of joy and laughter, festivity, lights, good food, and fellowship. You know, in this past year, we've had some struggles remaining positive, remaining festive, remaining jolly, as it were. And we're looking towards this new year, to this new 2021, to answer some prayers for us. Lord, answer some prayers for us in this new year so that people can get back to some semblance of normal. And a lot of families won't be able to get back to normal, so to speak. There'll be people missing from their Christmas celebrations. There'll be people in the hospital suffering, people who've lost loved ones this past year for various different reasons, for natural and unnatural reasons. And we want to remember them fondly, and remember our current situation fondly as best we can, and just share the positive. You know, whether we can go and hang out with our families or not across the world or just over the next horizon, we can still at least get together and have a good time. Why not? We can call them on the phone. We can do Zoom. We can do this live streaming. We can do whatever we can to just join and have fun, guys. You know, I'm having a good old time. My anniversary was recent as well. and my wife's put up with me quite a long time, thank God. And she got me this wonderful little microphone. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Like a little Bell Samson USB plug and play microphone. I think it's pretty cool. It's got a magnet pedestal, and it just kind of floats on this pedestal. I think that's pretty cool. So let me know. Hey, does it sound good? It is sad that a lot of lost loved ones this year. Oh wow, I hate that. This whole pandemic mess has affected everybody differently. Um, it's been 19 years. Yeah, my wife would say we're on 20 though. 19 years. Yeah, it's hard to believe, but we've lost a lot of positivity this year. We've lost a lot of situations where we've struggled and we've persevered. Prayer is a powerful tool, guys. I don't know what your religious faith is. I'm not here to push you one way or another, but I believe in the good Lord above, and I believe He answers prayers, and I believe in the power of prayer. You know, and case in point, I talked in the description. There's a link to a video by my good buddy Stephen Lewis, who did this video a little while back where he refurbished this drill. And this whole time I'm watching the video, I'm like, I'm really enjoying it because this puts me back in time to some of the tools my dad had and I got to use when I was young. And then he says it's a gift for a friend. And of course, I'm thinking, oh, I wish it was mine. And then he gifted it to me. And, he had sent this a week ago, like over a week ago. And of course, the mail as it is this time of the year, the mail as it is, period, United States Postal Service. It didn't get here. The tracking says it was in Roanoke, Virginia. And I'm thinking maybe it disappeared, like a lot of things might disappear in Roanoke, Virginia. I'm not knocking on Roanoke, guys. I'm just saying the history there. Yeah. Anyway, it came. It came, Steven. I'm going to do the unboxing right here live with y'all. So we'll do that in a little bit. I'll do some showcase demonstration video or something else. And it was just cold outside today, and I wanted to do this unboxing on live stream anyway tonight. So what better night than Christmas Eve? I'm going to do this live stream anyway, unboxing. But I'll do some demonstrating with it, show how bad I am at drilling the holes very straight with this awesome gift that Steven made for me. And a lot of people in the Facebook group that we're part of have been really nice and very kind in their words. And Dixie Cuddles is definitely one of that. 21 years for y'all. That's wonderful. It's hard. It's work, isn't it? And I appreciate your comments there to that contrary. I want to try out something. Oh, look, I figured out how to make a banner. It works. All right, cool. So, don't forget, support this channel. Make that red button gray, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make my day and make that red button gray. And please subscribe to this channel because it really does help. And you know what? We say that. And I can't emphasize it, underline it enough, that it's only through your loyal viewing and your loyal subscription that we do this, to be able to share and make memories and to share those with you. It really means a lot when you comment, you let us know how you feel, and it's just amazing. Oh, look, J Mart has joined us. Merry Christmas, J Mart. Again, anybody who wants to join me face to face, hop on in. This air is freezing, and the air conditioner is going to come off and on. I only have this one window unit that heats and cools this tiny little house I have. But so just have to bear with me. Might hear some ambient noises around and about, but just bear with us. It's good to see you, J Mart. But I got my buddy, the Nutcracker Prince. He's here hanging out with me. I got my Jingle Jangle Bells. One of the things I wanted for Christmas that my wonderful family gave me is, I got it, portable hard drive, guys. A 1 terabyte portable hard drive. I have this ancient Lenovo laptop that I'm streaming on here with y'all, and I'm very fortunate to have that. But the only way I can stream, the only way I can use it online is to it stay in one place and hooked up to an Ethernet cable, direct hardwired Ethernet cable. But that's okay. We make do. We make do with the best we have. We don't have the best equipment, and I don't have the best brains or the best looks. But sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I think, it's not too bad. Anyway, how does the mic sound? This brand new little microphone deal I have. How does it sound? Can some of y'all let me know how that sounds? I know it's kind of annoying when people are like inept and just stumbling around. But I want to open this. This is one little present I got. I want to open that with y'all. And this awesome knife I also got one year for Christmas. Look at the pattern on that. That wolf. Yeah. So I'm going to Titan XS portable hard drive. I need this. Anyway, my ancient laptop, as I was saying, is running out of space. I don't like to get rid of anything because you never know what's going to come in handy. And I'm going to cut myself, I believe. Maybe not. This knife will also come in handy when I do the unboxing for that present. I'm going to save the best for last. Now that this is not awesome, guys. This is awesome. This is something I really needed to free up some space on my computer. Yeah. I'm just doing what I can. What I'm asking though is I have this new mic, and I just wanted to see how the sound was coming from this new microphone. Look how compact and small this is. Kind of sleek. I love how things get smaller and smaller and cuter as the technology progresses. They say men don't ask for directions, or they don't read the directions. But that's not true. I read the directions. Real men read the directions, guys. All right. So I got me the little doodad here. So I'm very excited about using this to clear up some space on my hard drive. So thank you very much, sweet family. I am just having a good time. Thank you, J Mart. J Mart says the audio sounds good, so that's awesome. I'm not sure how long this live stream is going to go. Who knows? If only 3 or 4 people ever show up, that's fine too. They can always watch it back. And let's go ahead and do a quick little reading. And we'll do a visit from St. Nicholas. I'm not sure how this is going to go either, so we're just going to. I love to read, guys. I love to hear my own voice, it seems. But Clement Clarke Moore wrote this epic poem. He wrote it and published it anonymously many, many years. I think he wrote it in the 1820s. I think 1827 is what I found earlier, somewhere along the way. But he didn't accept credit for it anyway until much later. Sorry about that. Anyway, Okay, A Visit from St. Nicholas by Clement Clarke Moore. It's more affectionately known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas or Night Before Christmas, but it's really entitled A Visit from St. Nicholas. There was some children's books, some those encyclopedia type reference books, uh, Childcraft or something like that, that my mom had that were on the shelf in her house for years and years. I would read those. And I always like to read something when I go to the bathroom. And I know about you. Sorry for that disclosure, FYI, I know. But I would read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, or I'd read A Visit from St. Nicholas in this book over and over and over again. And it was just my first glimpse into the world of poetry from a young age when I could read. And of course, it was Santa Claus. Santa Claus might be overblown, and Coca-Cola revolutionized him by making him red. When Father Christmas, if you really look into it, was dressed in green. Anyway, I digress. So, A Visit from St. Nicholas. I read this many, 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 many times. So let's see if I can do it justice. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a lustre of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and he shouted and he called in my name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all, as leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot, and a bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and he filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. Then laying his finger aside of his nose, gave a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team he gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. but I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Alrighty. Whew. That was a good one, guys. How do you like that? Hey, Kid Savage has made it in. Nice to see you, Kid Savage. I was hoping you'd make it in. Q&A on Dixie Cuddles, so everybody go check out Dixie Cuddles on the Q&A tomorrow. She's got 200 plus subscribers, guys. I'm telling you, she's getting it. She's building up. And we've just, on the Brainstorm channel, reached 500 plus subscribers, guys. I'm still planning to do a 500 subscriber celebration, so keep on lookout for that. I'm going to probably be next year in the new year before I get that done, because I got something special in mind. I hope y'all will enjoy it. I'm going to bop myself with that bell too many times. OMC's in the house. He never says anything. That's what you wonder what the dots means. OMC's thing is that he doesn't talk. Okay? He can't actually type words, so I don't know why he just puts dots. But, anyway. Kid Savage, OMC. Those are two awesome guys along with Mighty Burger, but I don't know what's up with Mighty Burger these days. They all help me out on my Brainstorm Craft channel. So go check that out too, and they have a lot of fun content there. Hey there. It's awesome to have y'all in. I really appreciate it. But I had a banner here telling you about the night before Christmas, and it's a wonderful, like, lyrical, traditionally epic poem that we've all heard, right? We've all heard it many, many times, and I just wanted to give you my rendition of it, so I hope y'all enjoyed that. We'll go ahead and do. I don't know if I can wait too much longer and open this awesome box here, this present that I've got waiting for me. So I'll go ahead and open it now. I'm not sure. I'm just reading the comments, You get lost in the comments sometimes, right, guys? Let's see what we got going on. Let's show the regular banner. So most of you are probably going to watch this back by replay, and I hope you do. And I hope you're watching it in its wonderful entirety, and no skipping, because it's Christmas. But do please check out the rest of the content on the channel, guys, because I do have so much fun. And I do this whole YouTube journey. This has been about a year. It was December, actually, around about this time, a little bit after Christmas, I think, when I opened and started the Facebook support group that I admin over on Facebook. And that's not hard to find if you want to find it. It's been about a year with that group, and it's almost at 1,000 members. And then people are commenting and sharing and just being awesome on that group for the most part. And I'm really enjoying that. And I'm really enjoying this last year. I had started my channel on Groundhog Day in 2019. That's when the Brainstorm channel first appeared on the YouTube horizon. And I really never uploaded anything until November of 2019. November. And since November 2019 to now, with the shorts, of course, if you factor in all the shorts I've been doing, which is about over 20 something shorts, which have been really helpful to a lot of people, and for me, I have to be grateful for that. But over 200 video uploads we've done, 22,000 views, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful. So there's a lot more channels, a lot more successful people out there. And I love the group in Facebook, and I really appreciate you being part of it, Dixie Cuddles. I just immensely, you know, yeah, I think your arrival, if I have to say, and I'm not just blowing smoke here, really reinvigorated me to see your enthusiasm and your energy injected into that group. Really helped boost me and push that group to better heights, and it's awesome. Kid Savage has been subbed to the channel here for a while, and he told me he's a fan of Dixie Cuddles as well. So I love Kid Savage. He's so savvy. I call him savvy. He is such a creative Minecraft gameplay guy. So really, I really appreciate it if you go check out the Brainstorm Craft gaming channel. He does a really good job on that channel. So I'm just gonna, I can't wait any longer. I'm going to pop this priority package here. There is a link, as I said, in the description. Awesome. I got a letter too. I love letters. There's a link in the description of this video to the Crafty Crew video and the Crafty Crew channel for, like I said, my friend Steven. You know, you meet a lot of awesome people on YouTube, whether it's through they're being subscribers to you or you being subscribers to them, and you meet them a lot of different ways, you know. And I've talked about this before, but I met Steven through Jason Mann, who has an awesome channel, Man's Adventures, as well. And then I met Jason through his friends as well in Kentucky. A lot of people are really creative in Kentucky, apparently. I met Jason through Randy and Vaughn. And Randy and Vaughn were friends with Jason, and we're boosting and sharing his channel. And so, you know, I've met Steven. He's been awesome. I love his creativity. He's grown so much in his short time that he's been doing this YouTube stuff. It's like he is second nature. He and I have a lot in common, if you don't know. And you don't know, that's okay, but he and I both know. But we really have a lot in common, he and I. And he did this tool refurbishing. And you can go check out that video in the description below. But it was awesome press. Look at this. He did an awesome refurbishment. It's kind of surreal in a way to see this, because I watched the video again and watched it and just like got giddy with ideas. This is one of the bits. He makes a really cool hole with that. Check it out. But thanks for the bits. I don't have any, so I would have been lost to even try to use it without some bits. Here's another cool one. Here's a smaller one. They just, you don't look like a regular drill bit. Thank you, Kid Savage. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. Merry Christmas to you too. But they don't make tools like this anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all about power tools and convenience and ease of use. And it breaks in a couple of years. If that. Look at that beautiful craftsmanship. I mean, my crappy camera and on this laptop probably can't do it justice, but look at that tip on that thing. Yeah, there's some awesome craftsmanship in these things, forged like they are. This thing probably, as he was saying, turn of the century, a lot older than me anyway. And they just don't make tools like this anymore. They don't make cars. without computers, and they don't make anything without overdoing it, just like they overdo everything. My dad had a hand drill like this drill press, much like this. His was the same kind of deal, except for it was a blue handle and blue. Was the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. That's right, you must have missed my reading earlier, OMC. But this is the drill press. Let's see if I can remember how to put it in there. It's pretty easy. You just twist to loosen, like loosen up this head here, and just these beveled end here. Kind of locks it into place. Twist to tighten. Now you got an awesome drill. Look how straight that is. Now this drill might be straight. This bit might be straight, and it might make a good hole in this table here. But I better not put a hole in this table. Oh yeah, better not put a hole in this. This is good old-fashioned manpower and elbow grease. You gotta put some weight down on this sucker and go to town turning it, and you can put a hole in something. Yep, better not. Anyway, that is an awesome drill, guys. I'm gonna have some fun with this. You're gonna see me one day very soon out there having a good old time with this drill. I'm gonna make something just in honor for you, Stephen. I'm gonna make you something. I'm gonna send you. Don't know what it is yet, but it's gonna involve the use of this drill. Just decided that right now. So yeah, I love this drill, guy. Thank you so much. I'm gonna add this in a place of honor in my shop, and I'm going to so use this and appreciate it. This is going to be sort of a one in a new refurbishing, renewing of my old tools, and I'm just going to get more of them as I can, God willing, as we go. I'm trying not to ball my head off here. Oh yeah, let's not forget the wonderful letter. Dear Chris, that's my name, by the way. I'm Chris. You can call me Chris. We're all friends, right? Very excited to give you this restored bit brace. I'm not sure of its history, other than it came out of an old building and was found by a friend. It's so awesome when we can find forgotten things and give them new life, isn't it? I'm sure it has seen a lot happen over the years, and it sure would have some interesting stories to tell. It sure would, and I wish I could listen and get it to talk. Part of its story now includes traveling from the hills of eastern Kentucky to its new home with you, restored and ready to get back to work again. Amen to that. Uh, my hope is that you accept this gift with not only my gratitude in mind, but as a thank you from all of us that you help every day with both your input and your positive attitude. You are a blessing to all of us. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. It's hard to be positive all the time. You all know that. We all want to be positive. It's happier to be positive. It's better to be positive. But it's not always easy. Just like a YouTube channel, it's not always easy, guys. Best advice I can give you: make content that you enjoy, have fun, share memories. Just don't worry about anything else. Hope you and your family are doing well. Give your mom my best regards. She makes me have beautiful memories of cooking with my own grandmother every time I watch one of her cooking videos. Have a Merry Christmas, and keep on sharing the positive. Hashtag share the positive, guys. That's not just a catchy, trendy hashtag. That is a philosophy. In God we trust. Share the positive. When I started this YouTube journey, I had a little bit of some rules I imposed upon myself. I might have mentioned these many times. And the first and foremost rule, I may say it's share the positive, but it's really give it to God. In God we trust. My faith comes first, and strong belief that positive can happen if you give positive. And so that's where the share the positive comes from. It comes from the Lord above, not from me. That only through His love and only through His beautiful gift of the baby Jesus into the world can we really see the positive, in my opinion. Don't let me get off, I'll start bawling my head off or get on a soapbox. But with that being said, it's a good transition into the next story I want to read to you. It's called Gift of the Magi. It was originally published in 1905 by O. Henry. It's been republished and retold so many times, but it's a wonderful story. And if you'll indulge me for a moment, we'll read this wonderful story, and maybe if you've not heard it in a while, or if you've never heard it before, maybe you'll enjoy it. It's another great Christmas story. $1.87. That was all. And 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at a time by bulldozing the grocer and the vegetable man and the butcher until one's cheeks burned with the silent imputation of parsimony that such close dealing implied. 3 times Della counted it $1.87, and the next day would be Christmas. That's how it opens up, guys. There was clearly nothing left to do but flop down onto the shabby little couch and howl. Della did it, which instigates the moral reflection that his life made up of sobs, sniffles, smiles, with sniffles predominating. While the mistress of the home is gradually subsiding from the first stage to the second, take a look at the home. Furnished flat, about $8 a week, it did not exactly beggar description, but it certainly had that word on the lookout for the mendacity squad. In the vestibule below was a letterbox into which no letter would go, and an electric button from which no mortal finger could coax a ring. Also appertaining thereunto was a card bearing the name Mr. James Dillingham Young. The Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during a former period of prosperity when its possessor was being paid $30 per week. Now, when the income was shrunk to $20, the letters of Dillingham looked blurred, as though they were thinking seriously of contracting to a modest and unassuming D. But whenever Mr. James Dillingham Young came home and reached the flat above, he was called Jim and greatly hugged by Mrs. James Dillingham Young, already introduced to you as Della, which is all very good, right? Della finished her cry, and attending to her cheeks with a powder rag, she stood by the window and looked out dully at a gray cat walking a gray fence in a gray background. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day, and she only had $1.87 on which to buy Jim a present. She had been saving every penny she could for months, and with this result, $20 a week doesn't go very far. Expenses had been greater than she had calculated. They always are, right? Only $1.87 to buy a present for Jim. Her Jim. Many a happy hour she had spent planning for something nice for him. something fine and rare and sterling, something just a little bit near to being worthy of the honor of being owned by Jim. There was a pier glass between the windows of the room. Perhaps you have seen a pier glass in an $8 bet. A very thin and very agile person may be, by observing his reflection in a rapid sequence of longitudinal strips, obtain a fairly accurate conception of his looks. Della, being slender, had mastered the art. Suddenly she whirled from the window and stood before the glass. Her eyes were shining brilliantly, but her face had lost its color, and within 20 seconds, rapidly she pulled down her hair and let it fall to its fullest length. Now, there were two possessions of James Dillingham Young's in which they both took a mighty pride. One was Jim's gold watch that had been his father's and his grandfather's. The other was Della's hair. Had the Queen of Sheba lived in the flat across the air shaft, Della would have let her hair hang out of the window some day to try just to depreciate Her Majesty's jewels and gifts. Had King Solomon been the janitor, with all of his treasures piled up in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed, just to see him pluck his beard from envy. So now Della's beautiful hair fell about her, rippling and shining like a cascade of brown waters. It reached below her knee and made itself almost garment for her, and then she did it up again nervously and quickly. Once she faltered for a minute and stood still while a tear or two splashed on the worn red carpet below. On went her old brown jacket, on went her old brown hat with a whirl of skirts, and with the brilliant sparkle still in her eyes, she cluttered out the door and down the stairs to the street. Where she stopped, the sign read, Sofrani, hair goods of all kind. 1-8, up Della ran, and collected herself, panting, Madam, large, too white, chilly, hard-looking, the Sofrani. She's going to do something drastic, guys. What would that be? I wonder. So let's continue reading. As she goes to this, basically a pawnbroker. This person who makes wigs out of hair. Will you buy my hair? Asked Della. I buy hair, said Madam. Take your hat off and let's have a sight and look of it. Down rippled the brown cascade. $20, said Madam, lifting the mask with a practiced hand. Give it to me quick, said Della. Oh, and the next 2 hours trip by on rosy wings. Forget the hashed metaphors. She was ransacking the stores for Jim's present. Furiously. And she found it at last. It surely had been made for Jim and no one else. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and she had turned all of them inside out. It was a platinum fob chain, simple, chaste in design, properly proclaiming its value by substance alone and not by mere tracious ornamentation, as all good things should do. Meretricious, whatever that word is. It was even worthy of the watch, the precious watch. As soon as she saw it, she knew that it must be Jim's. It was like him. Quietness with value, and the description applied to both. $21 they took from her for it, and she hurried home with 78 cents in change. With that chain on his watch, Jim might be properly anxious about the time in any company. Grand as the watch was, he sometimes looked at it on the sly on account of the old leather strap that he used in place of a chain. When Della reached home and her intoxication gave way to a little prudence and reason, she got out her curling irons and lightened the gas and went to work repairing the ravages made by generous Generosity added to love, which is always a tremendous task, dear friends, a mammoth task. Within 40 minutes, her head was covered with tiny, close lying curls that made her look wonderfully like a truant schoolboy. She looked at her reflection in the mirror long, carefully, critically. Jim doesn't kill me, she said to herself. Before he takes a second look at me, he'll say I look like a Coney Island chorus girl. But what could I do? Oh, what could I do with $1.87? At 7 o'clock, the coffee was made, and the frying pan was on the back of the stove, hot and ready to cook the chops. Jim was never late. Della doubted the fob chain in her hand. She the fob chain in her hand and sat on the corner of the table near the door as he always entered in. Then she heard his step on the stairway down the first flight. She turned white for just a moment. She had a habit of saying little silent prayers about the simplest everyday things, and now she whispered, "Please, God, make him think I'm still pretty." The door opened, and Jim stepped out and closed it. He looked thin and very serious, poor fellow. He was only about 22, and to be burdened with a family, he needed a new overcoat, and he was without gloves. Jim stepped inside the door, as immovable as a setter at the scent of a quail, and his eyes were fixed upon Della, and there was an expression in them that she could not read, and it terrified her. It was not anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor horror, nor any of the sentiments that she had been prepared for. He simply stared at her, fixed with that peculiar expression on his face. Della wriggled off the table and went for him. "I don't know what a beautiful gift I've got for you." "You've cut off your hair?" asked Jim, laboriously, as if he had not arrived at that patent fact yet, even after the hardest mental labor. "Cut it off and sold it," said Della. "Don't you like me just as well? I'm me without my hair, ain't I?" Jim looked at the room curiously. "You say your hair is gone?" he said with an air of almost idiocy. "You needn't look for it," said Della. "It's sold, I tell you. It's sold and gone, too. It's Christmas Eve, boy. Be good for me. Good to me, if for it went with you." Um, I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know what happened. So you know what? I'm going to read that wonderful story again. Why not? We'll just let it go. We'll let it go with that. We'll let it go with that, guys. It's been a great night. I've had a good time. I'm going to end the night with just reading Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 14. King James Version. This is the real story of Christmas. "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea, into the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was out of the house of the lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished, that they should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in a swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you, ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. Jesus is the reason for the season, guys. He is why Christmas is. There's why Christ is Christmas. Just feel it and know it in your heart that the greatest gift that we could receive was His coming on this plane of existence, on this earth. I love all the things of Christmas. The season is joyful. The spirit is enduring. And I hope y'all have a great and very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. A great, happy 2021. And you can eat some pound cake. We know I like to eat. There's no doubt about that. And I hope y'all have some good food and some good friends and some good family and fellowship. Because, at the end of the day, at the end of the year, it's still not about you and me. It's about the life we lead, the memories we make, and the meaning we find along the way. Merry Christmas, guys. And have a Happy New Year. Hope y'all have many joyous returns, and just I can't wish enough positivity for you and your family. Have a great day, guys. Have a great night. See you next time. God bless.